Welcome, dear listener, to a tale woven with starlight and whispers of forgotten time. This is the story of Athena and the heroes of dawn, a journey of wisdom and light. Imagine a world resting at the edge of night, where silence waits for the song of morning. The skies are deep with shadows, yet a silver glow lingers at the horizon, soft and patient. Athena, goddess of wisdom, watches the sleeping earth with eyes full of calm strength. She knows the world is not broken, only waiting to be awakened by courage and truth. No swords will clash, no blood will fall, for this tale is not of war, but of rising hope. The dawn carries a promise, and within its promise lie the seeds of new harmony. But light cannot arrive alone. It needs voices, hearts, and hands to welcome it. So Athena listens to the breath of the earth, seeking mortals touched by quiet gifts. They will not be chosen for power, but for the fire of spirit within their souls. And when the dawn comes, they will stand together as its first messengers. Tonight, we begin their story, walking beside Athena as the horizon brightens. Close your eyes and step with me into the myth where darkness waits for light. Describe a world caught between night and day, waiting for new heroes to rise. Athena, goddess of wisdom, sees the coming challenge, not of war, but of imbalance and fading hope. The night is calm, yet beneath its silence, something stirs, like a thought waiting to be spoken. Athena stands high upon the marble steps of her temple, her gaze stretching far beyond the mortal lands. The stars glimmer softly, but their alignment is strange, whispering of change that the world cannot yet see. She closes her eyes, letting the wind carry the voices of time, and the vision of the dawn arrives to her. It is not a sound nor an image at first, but a feeling, gentle yet powerful, like the rising of the sun. She sees a horizon not yet born, painted in colors of hope, where harmony flows like clear water. But before that vision can bloom, the earth trembles under shadows of despair and silence of spirit. It is not a shadow of monsters nor battles, but of hearts that have forgotten their own light and song. The people live, yet they no longer dream, their eyes fixed on survival, their voices hushed by fear. Athena knows this silence is more dangerous than swords, for it can extinguish the soul of a world. From the dawn, a promise calls to her. There is still time, if she can guide those willing to awaken. She looks again at the mortal lands, searching not for armies nor kings, but for sparks hidden in plain sight. She sees a young bard weaving words into melodies that stir forgotten laughter in weary hearts. She sees a sailor reading the stars, guiding lost ships through storms with calm and steady faith. She sees a healer bending to the earth, gathering herbs, whispering kindness into every fragile breath. She sees a craftsman dreaming of shapes unmade, building bridges not of stone alone, but of vision. In each of them, there is no sword, no throne, no crown, but something greater, the quiet flame within. Athena smiles, for she knows that the dawn does not need strength of arms, but strength of spirit. She lifts her hand, and in her palm a light forms, soft as morning, clear as wisdom. That light stretches outward, crossing valleys, rivers, and cities, searching for those four chosen souls. It does not blind nor burn, but enters their dreams, planting seeds of courage that awaken slowly. Each dream is different, yet each carries the same call. Walk toward the horizon, where dawn waits. The bard dreams of a song unfinished, whose last note glows brighter than the rising sun. The sailor dreams of a star he has never seen before, low upon the horizon, calling him eastward. The healer dreams of a garden without end, where every seed she touches blossoms into radiant light. The craftsman dreams of a bridge stretching into the sky, carrying voices and hearts to new beginnings. When they wake, none can explain the dream, yet all feel its truth pulsing deep within their souls. Athena opens her eyes, the vision still glowing across her mind like fire across the heavens. She does not doubt, for wisdom tells her that the smallest sparks can light the greatest fires. And though the path may twist through shadow and silence, the dawn is already moving to meet them. She whispers to the night, her voice carried by the wind, so the chosen may hear it in their hearts. Rise, children of the earth, for the dawn calls, and within you lies the light to welcome it. Above her temple, the first hint of morning shimmers faintly, a promise of what is yet to come. Athena lowers her hand, her eyes soft but steady, knowing the story has already begun to unfold. The dawn is no longer just a vision, but a destiny, carried within the hearts of those who dream. And soon they will rise, not as warriors, but as the heroes of dawn, chosen by wisdom itself. Athena sends gentle signs, dreams, symbols, and guiding stars. Across the lands, chosen mortals awaken to these messages. In a quiet village surrounded by rolling hills, the sound of a harp drifts through the morning air. The notes are gentle, like sunlight spilling across water, touching hearts with a warmth that cannot be ignored. This is the song of Lyra, a young storyteller whose gift is not strength of arm, but strength of soul. She walks among her people carrying no weapon, only her harp and her voice, bright with wonder. Children gather at her feet, eyes wide, as she weaves tales of forgotten heroes and ancient stars. Her words lift the weary painting skies of hope, where clouds of sorrow once lingered heavily. When Lyra sings, the tired farmer remembers laughter, and the lonely widow feels less alone. Her stories are not just tales, they are threads that mend what silence has frayed in the human heart. One evening, as the sun dips low, Lyra plays a song she does not remember ever learning. Its melody flows strange and new, like a river she has never seen but somehow knows. The villagers fall silent, sensing something beyond her, as if the music belongs to another world. In the song, Lyra hears whispers, soft and clear. Carry truth, carry light, for the dawn approaches. She pauses, but the harp continues as if guided by unseen hands, pulling her spirit forward. That night, sleep does not come easily, for the melody echoes in her dreams like a call. She dreams of standing before a horizon blazing with light, her harp glowing with golden fire. In her dream, voices rise around her, not of fear, but of courage, carried by her music. When she wakes, tears rest upon her cheeks, though she does not know if they are joy or sorrow. Lyra walks outside, the morning quiet, the dew still resting on the grass like tiny stars. She lifts her harp, strums once, and feels the same golden note reverberate deep within. The villagers smile, unaware of the weight her heart now carries, for she knows the song is a sign. It is not meant only for her, but for a journey yet unseen, a path she must take. She recalls Athena's whisper in her dream. Words are bridges, and bridges lead others to light. Lyra does not think of herself as a hero, nor does she crave the glory of songs about her. Yet she cannot ignore the certainty that her gift belongs not only to her, but to the world. That day, she begins to shape her stories differently, not only to entertain, but to awaken. She tells of courage found in kindness, of strength born from unity, of light that endures. Listeners lean closer, their hearts stirred as if the words are sparks, waiting to become flame. Lyra feels the change, feels Athena's gaze upon her, though she cannot see the goddess herself. It is as if wisdom walks beside her, urging her to keep speaking, to keep singing. In the evening, she climbs the hill above the village, harp in hand, and watches the stars. There she sees a new constellation she has never known, a cluster shaped like a rising sun. The melody returns, unbidden, and she plays to the sky, her music floating into the night. Far away, others chosen by Athena stir in their sleep, touched by the same unseen call. Lyra's song reaches them like a gentle wind, reminding them that they are not alone. Though she does not yet know their names, her heart whispers that they will walk together. And when the dawn finally arrives, her harp will be more than an instrument. It will be a beacon. For Lyra is not simply a storyteller. She is a keeper of truth, a bearer of light. And through her, the world will remember that words can heal, and songs can lead to new beginnings. The sea is endless, a vast mirror of silver and blue, stretching farther than the eye dares to dream. Waves rise and fall in rhythm, like the steady breathing of the earth itself beneath the stars. On a small ship, Kael stands at the helm, his eyes fixed on the sky rather than the horizon. He is a navigator, a reader of stars, one who trusts the heavens to guide him through every storm. The sailors around him admire his calm, for Kael never shouts, never commands with fear or anger. Instead, his voice is steady like the tide, carrying quiet confidence that turns panic into peace. When the sea rages and winds howl, Kael lifts his gaze, tracing constellations as if they speak to him. He charts not only paths across water, but also across doubt, guiding hearts as surely as ships. One evening, while the crew sleeps, Kael remains awake, studying the strange shimmer of the sky. A new star glows faintly near the horizon, a star he has never marked upon any chart or map. It pulses gently, as though calling to him, its light unlike any he has ever followed. He whispers to himself, "That is no common star, but a beacon waiting for those who dare." As he watches, a warmth spreads through his chest, calm and bright, like dawn rising inside him. The sea grows strangely still, and in the silence, Kael feels the presence of something divine. Athena's voice reaches him, not in thunder, but in the quiet certainty of his own heart. "You see beyond storms, Kael. Your eyes find paths where others see only confusion." Her words linger like the echo of waves, filling him with a courage deeper than the ocean. That night, he dreams of sailing into golden waters, guided by the star toward a radiant shore. On the shore, he sees figures waiting, though their faces are hidden in the glow of morning. He knows they are companions, though strangers, bound to him by a purpose greater than the sea. When Kael awakens, the dream clings to him like salt upon his skin, impossible to wash away. He climbs to the deck, the early dawn painting the water in hues of rose and gold. The star remains upon the horizon, dim against the rising sun, yet still steadfast and clear. He marks it in his chart, though no one else aboard believes such a star truly exists. The crew laughs gently, but Kael smiles, untroubled, for he trusts what his soul has witnessed. For many nights after, the star continues to shine, guiding him across waters unknown. And with each night, the dream grows stronger, pulling him closer to the horizon of destiny. Kael begins to sense that the sea itself is preparing him, testing his patience and faith. He steers through storms with hands steady, never doubting that the light above will not fail. The sailors notice his certainty, and though they do not see the star, they trust his guidance. Kael becomes more than a navigator. He becomes an anchor for the spirits of those who follow. He tells them, "The sea may rage, but no storm can last forever. Trust the light above us." They believe, not because they see the star, but because they see its reflection in Kael's eyes. Athena watches from afar, pleased, for Kael is already walking the path she has prepared. His gift is not in sailing ships alone, but in guiding others through fear into calm waters. The star shines brighter each night, as though urging him onward toward his unseen companions. Kael feels no fear, only anticipation, for he knows the sea has carried him here for a reason. He whispers to the horizon, "I will follow, wherever you lead. My course is set by the light." And so, Kael the navigator sails on, his heart already bound to the dawn he has yet to reach. Soon he will meet the others chosen, and together they will walk the path Athena has revealed. Ceres, a herbalist who nurtures life with knowledge of nature. Her gift is compassion, reminding others that care sustains courage. In a quiet workshop at the edge of a bustling town, the sound of tools hums like a steady heartbeat. Wood shavings scatter across the floor, and sparks flicker as iron bends to the will of gentle hands. This is the home of Dorian, a craftsman whose eyes see beyond what is, into the realm of what may be. To most, he is a maker of tools and furniture, simple goods needed by simple folk to live each day. But to Dorian, each piece holds a secret, a vision of how the world could become brighter and kinder. He once shaped a chair that eased the pain of an elder's weary back, a gift of thought and care. He once built a water wheel that turned a slow river into a song of movement, bringing life to fields. The villagers thank him, but Dorian shakes his head, saying, "I only build what the world already whispers." At night, while others sleep, he sketches in candlelight, hands black with ink, eyes bright with fire. He draws bridges that span impossible distances, towers that shine with light, and gardens that never fade. These are not for wealth or pride, but for the joy of seeing problems turn into paths of hope. One evening, as rain taps gently on the roof, Dorian dreams while awake, staring at an unfinished sketch. It is a bridge, larger than any he has ever seen, reaching not across rivers, but into the very sky. He cannot explain why he feels its pull, only that the drawing feels alive, as though calling to him. Suddenly, the candle flickers, and the lines on his parchment glow faintly with golden fire. Dorian blinks, his heart racing, as the voice of Athena speaks within his mind like a clear bell. "Dorian, dreamer of forms unseen, your gift is more than craft. It is vision that leads others forward." Her words strike deep, and Dorian feels both humbled and lifted, as though standing at the edge of dawn. That night, sleep overtakes him, and a dream carries him beyond the workshop into a luminous world. He stands upon his bridge of light, and across it walk countless people, their faces lit with hope. They cross not into battle, but into gardens, homes, and futures shaped by unity rather than fear. On the far side of the bridge stand three figures, waiting for him, though veiled in morning glow. They raise their hands as if welcoming him, and he feels a bond, unseen yet unbreakable. When he wakes, the dream lingers like the warmth of embers, impossible to cast aside or ignore. He rises before dawn, his tools ready, though he does not yet know what he must build. The villagers greet him as always, but they notice a new light in his eyes, steady and bright. He speaks less of wood and stone and more of possibilities, asking, "What if we tried another way?" Some laugh, some shrug, but others listen, feeling a stirring of hope in his simple questions. That evening, he walks to the town's edge, gazing at the horizon where the sun sets in gold. He sees again the bridge in his mind, stretching endlessly, and whispers, "I will find the others." Though he does not know their names, he feels them waiting, drawn together by Athena's guiding hand. He touches his chest, where his heart beats with a rhythm new and sure, as though in harmony with dawn. His workshop becomes not just a place of tools, but a sanctuary of dreams, taking shape in wood and stone. Children gather to watch him work, marveling at how his hands turn scraps into wonders never imagined. He tells them, "Do not stop dreaming. Dreams are the blueprints of tomorrow, waiting for brave builders." And though his words seem simple, they carry the same fire Athena had lit within his spirit. Dorian knows he is not meant to walk alone, that the bridge in his dream connects him to more. Soon he will leave his town, carrying not swords, but sketches, tools, and a vision brighter than steel. And when he meets the others, his dream will find its place in the great story of the dawn. For Dorian is not only a craftsman, he is a dreamer, and his dreams will guide the world forward. The desert stretches endless and golden, its dunes rising like frozen waves beneath the burning sun. Few dare to cross its vast silence. Yet here walks Lyra, a seeker guided not by roads, but by whispers. Her footsteps leave faint marks on the sand, soon erased by wind, as if the earth guards her path. She carries no sword, no shield, only a staff carved with signs that shimmer faintly in the light. At night, she reads the stars as others read books, tracing their songs in silence and listening to their tales. For Lyra is a seer, one who hears what others cannot, who finds meaning in patterns hidden from sight. She was born under a rare alignment, when the moon bowed low and the desert winds hushed in awe. The elders whispered that such a child would walk between worlds, both present and unseen, both known and unknown. Since childhood, she has felt the hum of the earth beneath her feet, the quiet voices of stone and sky. In markets, people sought her wisdom, asking of harvests, journeys, and the mysteries of tomorrow. But Lyra never claimed power, only listening, offering words as gentle as wind that bends but does not break. One evening, as she gazes at the horizon, she notices a shimmer, not of heat, but of another light. A star burns brighter than all others, low upon the edge of the desert, steady and sure. Her breath catches, for she knows stars rarely move. Yet this one calls her name in silence. She closes her eyes, and in that stillness, Athena's voice rises within, clear as water over stone. Lyra, who hears what the world whispers. Your gift is more than sight. It is harmony that guides the lost. The words stir her heart, not with fear, but with a deep sense of belonging she had never known. That night, sleep takes her, and in her dream, the desert transforms into an ocean of starlight. The dunes ripple like waves, each grain shining as if the earth itself were made of constellations. Across the sea of stars, she sees figures walking, 3 before her, 1 behind, all moving as one. Though their faces blur in light, their presence feels familiar, as though she has always known them. She lifts her staff, and its carved symbols glow, forming bridges of light across the shimmering dunes. The others walk toward her, and in that moment she understands they are bound by one destiny. When she wakes, the dream lingers like perfume, delicate yet impossible to forget. She rises before dawn, the desert air cool, the sky painted in hues of violet and rose. The star remains, still glowing, still calling, urging her to walk farther than she ever dared. She packs little: water, her staff, and her quiet trust in what she has seen. Her family does not stop her, for they know she has always belonged to paths beyond their reach. As she walks deeper into the desert, she feels no fear, only the rhythm of her steps with the wind. Every whisper of sand seems to echo the promise of Athena, that she is not alone. The heat is fierce, the silence heavy, yet within her heart grows a melody of calm and courage. She speaks softly to the sky. Guide me, and I will follow. Show me where my path must join theirs. Days pass, yet the star does not fade, shining even beneath the blaze of noon. It is not a burden, but a beacon, steady as her breath, constant as her hope. She meets travelers lost in the dunes, offering water, guidance, and a kindness that renews their strength. They call her the Desert Star, though she laughs gently, knowing the true star burns above. One night, she dreams again, and this time the figures stand closer, their outlines sharp and clear. A sailor with eyes of storms, a craftsman holding sketches, and another with hands healing as rain. They smile, though they are strangers, and she knows she has found her companions. Lyra wakes with tears in her eyes, not of sorrow, but of joy that her path now has direction. She whispers, "The dawn is near. I will walk to it, and there we will rise together." And so, Lyra continues through the desert, guided by star and dream, by Athena's unseen hand. Her steps, though light upon the sand, carry the weight of destiny into the waiting horizon. High in the mountains, where clouds curl around peaks like silver scarves, the air is thin and clear. There lives Thalos, a quiet guardian of paths that few dare to climb, a man shaped by patience and stone. He is a shepherd, guiding not only goats along ridges, but also travelers through the perilous passes. His voice is calm, his steps deliberate, and his eyes read the mountain as others read parchment scrolls. For Thalos, the earth speaks in tremors, in falling pebbles, in the whistle of wind through jagged cliffs. Since childhood, he has listened to these signs, learning where safety lies and where danger hides. The villagers respect him, for he leads them across frozen paths when storms threaten to bury the way. Yet Thalos claims no honor, saying only, "The mountain belongs to none. I merely walk where it allows." At dawn, he climbs higher than most, carrying nothing but a staff and the steady rhythm of breath. He finds solace among rocks and skies, where silence becomes a companion, and solitude feels like home. One morning, while tracing a new path, he pauses, sensing a stillness unlike any he has known. The wind halts, the earth hushes, and in that silence, a voice rises from within, steady and divine. "Thalos," says Athena, "you guard not only paths of stone, but the hearts of those who walk beside you." The words strike him with gentle weight, like snowfall resting upon the shoulders of the mountain. He bows his head, humbled, and whispers, "Then guide me, that I may guide others with clearer steps." That night, he dreams of a bridge of clouds spanning the sky, leading to a land bathed in dawn. Upon the bridge, he sees figures waiting: a sailor, a craftsman, a healer, and a seer of stars. Though strangers, they stand as companions, their presence stirring warmth deep within his chest. When he wakes, the dream clings to him like frost, sharp yet beautiful, impossible to ignore. He knows the mountain has prepared him, each climb a lesson in patience, each storm a teacher of strength. The villagers notice his gaze, brighter now, fixed not only on ridges, but also upon horizons unseen. He begins to speak of light beyond the peaks, of journeys greater than the paths of stone. Some laugh, others nod. but all sense the quiet certainty woven into his steady voice. He tells them, "The mountain is vast, but it is not the end. Beyond it lies a greater ascent." Soon he prepares to leave, though his heart aches at parting from the land that raised him. The goats graze calmly, the wind sings again, as if the mountain itself bids him farewell. He carries no wealth, only his staff, a few provisions, and the unshakable trust in Athena's call. As he descends from his peak, he whispers, "Every path I have walked has led me to this one." Along the way, he aids weary travelers, lifting burdens, sharing warmth, steadying unsteady steps. They call him the mountain's hand, yet he smiles softly, knowing he is guided by something greater. At night, he gazes at the horizon, where a star burns steady, the same beacon seen by the others. It fills him with calm certainty, as though every stone beneath his feet has a line to lead him on. The dream returns often, clearer each time, the companions nearer, their voices faint yet kind. He feels their strength blending with his, like rivers meeting at a single current of purpose. The mountain behind him fades, but its lessons remain, carved deep in his bones like veins of iron. He knows storms will rise, paths will twist, yet he carries the patience of stone within his heart. And as he walks toward the horizon, he murmurs, "I will climb higher still, beyond dawn itself." Thus, Thalos, shepherd of peaks and guardian of paths, begins his journey to join the heroes of dawn. The sea, the desert, the workshop, and the mountain. Each path winds separately, yet toward the same horizon. Kael sails beneath a star. Dorian dreams of bridges. Lyra follows whispers, and Thalos carries the patience of stone. For many nights they journey, each guided by visions, each carrying Athena's call like a flame within. And though they have never met, their dreams grow brighter, weaving together as if spun from one thread. In his ship, Kael stands at the helm, watching the dawn rise, feeling the presence of unseen companions. He whispers, "The sea is wide, yet I know I do not sail alone." Dorian in his workshop pauses mid-sketch, his heart lifting as though a friend stands at his shoulder. He murmurs, "Somewhere, others dream as I dream. Soon our paths will cross." Lyra beneath the desert stars hears faint laughter carried by the wind, not her own, yet strangely familiar. She smiles, whispering. The voices grow nearer. The dawn is almost here. Thalos on the mountain feels warmth in the chill air, as though distant footsteps echo across stone. He breathes deeply, saying, "I will walk until I find them, for they walk toward me as well." And so their journeys bend closer, guided by Athena, until the horizon itself seems to beckon them. One night, under a sky alive with starlight, each of them dreams the same dream, vivid and clear. They stand together upon a great plain of light, where dawn rises golden and endless in every direction. Athena appears before them, radiant yet gentle, her eyes filled with wisdom that needs no words. She speaks, "You are the heroes of dawn, not for battle, but for the light you carry within." Kael bows his head, Dorian grips his sketches, Lyra lifts her staff, and Thalos steadies his staff of stone. Each feels the bond like an unbreakable chain, forged not by steel, but by trust and shared purpose. Athena continues, "The world does not need warriors alone. It needs guides, healers, dreamers, and guardians." Her voice is like the tide, washing over them, filling every doubt with certainty, every silence with song. She tells them of a journey yet ahead, a rising dawn that will not wait, a light they must kindle. Their dream fades slowly, like embers glowing in the dark. yet it does not vanish. It lingers within. At dawn, each awakes with tears, not of sorrow, but of recognition, knowing they are no longer alone. Kael turns his ship toward a new horizon, guided by more than stars, by bonds unseen yet unbroken. Dorian gathers his tools, sketching not for himself, but for companions he has yet to meet. Lyra walks with renewed steps, each grain of sand beneath her feet carrying her closer to the others. Thalos descends from the mountain, leaving peaks behind, but carrying their lessons within his steady heart. The world around them stirs, as though even rivers, winds, and stones await the meeting to come. And Athena watches, unseen yet present, her hand guiding their paths until they converge at dawn. The heroes walk separately still, yet their spirits walk together, already bound in one shared purpose. And so, across sea and sand, stone and stars, the heroes of dawn step closer to their first true meeting. The sea, the desert, the workshop, and the mountain, each path winds separately, yet toward the same horizon. Kael sails beneath a star, Dorian dreams of bridges, Lyra follows whispers, and Thalos carries the patience of stone. For many nights they journey, each guided by visions, each carrying Athena's call like a flame within. And though they have never met, their dreams grow brighter, weaving together as if spun from one thread. In his ship, Kael stands at the helm, watching the dawn rise, feeling the presence of unseen companions. He whispers, "The sea is wide, yet I know I do not sail alone." Dorian in his workshop pauses mid-sketch, his heart lifting as though a friend stands at his shoulder. He murmurs, "Somewhere, others dream as I dream. Soon, our paths will cross." Lyra beneath the desert stars hears faint laughter carried by the wind, not her own, yet strangely familiar. She smiles, whispering. The voices grow nearer. The dawn is almost here. Thalos on the mountain feels warmth in the chill air, as though distant footsteps echo across stone. He breathes deeply, saying, "I will walk until I find them, for they walk toward me as well." And so their journeys bend closer, guided by Athena, until the horizon itself seems to beckon them. One night, under a sky alive with starlight, each of them dreams the same dream, vivid and clear. They stand together upon a great plain of light, where dawn rises golden and endless in every direction. Athena appears before them, radiant yet gentle, her eyes filled with wisdom that needs no words. She speaks, "You are the heroes of dawn, not for battle, but for the light you carry within." Kael bows his head. Dorian grips his sketches. Lyra lifts her staff, and Thalos steadies his staff of stone. Each feels the bond like an unbreakable chain, forged not by steel, but by trust and shared purpose. Athena continues, "The world does not need warriors alone. It needs guides, healers, dreamers, and guardians." Her voice is like the tide, washing over them, filling every doubt with certainty, every silence with song. She tells them of a journey yet ahead, a rising dawn that will not wait, a light they must kindle. Their dream fades slowly, like embers glowing in the dark, yet it does not vanish. It lingers within. At dawn, each awakes with tears, not of sorrow, but of recognition, knowing they are no longer alone. Kael turns his ship toward a new horizon, guided by more than stars, by bonds unseen yet unbroken. Dorian gathers his tools, sketching not for himself, but for companions he has yet to meet. Lyra walks with renewed steps, each grain of sand beneath her feet carrying her closer to the others. Thalos descends from the mountain, leaving peaks behind, but carrying their lessons within his steady heart. The world around them stirs, as though even rivers, winds, and stones await the meeting to come. And Athena watches, unseen yet present, her hand guiding their paths until they converge at dawn. The heroes walk separately still, yet their spirits walk together, already bound in one shared purpose. And so, across sea and sand, stone and stars, the heroes of dawn step closer to their first true meeting.